Morning, folks. As you can see, Mother Nature has thrown us another curveball. It was 45 degrees yesterday, and today it's 18 with 20-mile-an-hour winds and an inch of snow. So, needless to say, this is probably going to be a quick video, but we'll find something to do inside today. But it's too cold. I wanted to work on putting the electric fence up. We're not going to do that today. We'll do something else. So, stay tuned, and we will find something to get into in this video. Cows got some grain and some hay. They're good for a little while. The water heater's working in this tank here, so these cows got water. They got some slush in the back pasture, but we'll break that up and make sure they got plenty of water. But these are the times when it's tough to be working with animals. It's just cold and you'd rather be inside, but we'll find something to do later in this video inside, so stay tuned and we'll find something. Good afternoon, folks. It's cold outside, so I figured I'd do something inside. So tomorrow we're gonna have ribs on the smoker. Hopefully I can use the traditional smoker with the actual logs on the smoker and that kind of thing. But if it's too cold and windy, as we've seen earlier in the video, we may have to use the pellet smoker. We do have a Pit Boss pellet smoker, so we could use that if we had to, but I prefer to use the old traditional way. But we'll see what the weather allows tomorrow. So today, what we're going to do is prepare our ribs for tomorrow. So we are going to use some store-bought ribs we bought at the store today. We have been using some that we've had a hog butchered, and we've been using those, but we're completely out of those. So today we're going with the store-bought brand. And there's nothing wrong with that. And we're going with baby back ribs for this meal, so we will prepare some baby back ribs for tomorrow. Let me get rid of this here. First thing you want to do is remove that silver skin that's on the back of there. That can be sometimes very tricky, sometimes very easy. You just never know, so we're going to give that a try. Paper towel helps you grab that silver skin rather easily. And as you can see, once you get a hold of it, it comes right off. So a lot of times That's the mistake people make, is they cook ribs and they say, well, these things are tough. Well, that silver skin never breaks down to where it's going to be tender. So you got to remove that first and foremost. So once you've done that, then you can start to season them. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to go ahead and cut these in half, because it's just Mary and I, and we can fit this in a Ziploc bag to keep overnight a little bit better than trying to store it whole. So that's what we're going to do. Helps if you have a good sharp knife, which the one I happen to grab is not the sharpest, but it'll work. There we go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put on, got a few spices here. Obviously that's not going to work real well. We got some garlic powder, some onion powder, and we actually have some Traeger pellet smoker flavor that we're going to use on these ribs. So this is just going to be a dry rub. So we're going to go ahead and put a little onion powder on there, a little garlic powder as well. Then we're going to put some of this pork and poultry rub on here. We're going to put it on there quite heavy because we want that to stick very well. What we'll do also is flip them over, do the same thing on the other side. Onion, garlic, and the dry rub. So we're going to put plenty of that on there, both sides, so that it cooks all the way through. And what we're going to do is we're going to just get these ready for tomorrow, but we're going to leave them set overnight to help absorb this flavor. I'm going to flip them over and get that top side again. You're not going to put too much on here. It'll just fall off, but that's okay. You kind of want to let it set for a minute. With that moisture of that meat will allow this rub to stick really well on there. So I want these baby backs to look nice and orange when I'm done, because I want a lot of that good smoke flavored dry rub on there. But we're going to get smoke flavor out of the ribs as well, but you can't have too much seasoning when it comes to this. So we're going to leave that set for just a couple minutes here while we get the bag ready. Now we're just going to slide these into a Ziploc bag. You can use saran wrap, you can use aluminum foil, whatever you happen to have, and you're just going to keep these overnight in the refrigerator so they can soak up some of this flavor. And the longer they get to sit there, the more flavor it's going to soak up. There may be a lot of salt and additives in this, but it's not going to dry out your pork, because we're going to cook it on the smoker real slow at about 225 degrees. So we're going to go ahead and get these in the bag. Without making a mess here. We'll put a little extra seasoning in there as well, just because as it rolls around, we want it to get more flavor. So we're going to seal these up. Then we're going to put these in the refrigerator overnight. Then tomorrow we will come back and we will get these on the smoker. So we're going to go ahead and leave them overnight, and tomorrow we will come back and finish up this video as we get them on the smoker. So we will be right back, hopefully 24 hours later. Thank you. So it's pretty cold out. It's still freezing outside. It's in the 30s. You can see my breath. So we're not going to use the big smoker today. We're going to go ahead and use this pellet smoker. This is the Pit Boss Platinum. As you can see right now, it's only up to 42 degrees, and I just started it, so that shows you how cold it really is out. So we're going to wait on this to get up to 225, and we're going to go ahead and put our grates in here, and we're going to set it on that. And then we also have a griddle over here, but we're not going to use that today. So today we're just going to smoke some ribs, but we'll be back as soon as this heats up. So the smoker's up to 225, so we're gonna go ahead and put these ribs in. So we went ahead and put them on foil. We don't need to do that. We can put them right on the rack, but then it's just more cleanup. They get good smoke flavor from being on here, and it's a lot easier to clean up. So we're just leaving them on the foil today. Set at 225. We're just gonna leave them for a while, and we'll be back and check on them here in a little bit. And I hope you are having a great day. So now we brought them in the house because it is cold outside. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap these ribs. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick them up. We're gonna take the meaty side. We're gonna put meaty side down on this aluminum foil. I got 2 pieces, 1 for each rack of ribs. We're gonna turn those, maybe, we're gonna turn those upside down right like that. We're gonna take in each one of those, we're gonna put a couple pads of butter, chunks of butter, I don't know, butter, however you wanna call it, just put butter in there. Then we're gonna put some brown sugar in each one, just a couple spoons of brown sugar on each one. This will just make it, I like my ribs to be a little sweet and a little tangy, and we'll get the tangy from the barbecue sauce, and we'll get the sweet from this brown sugar. So we'll smear that around a little bit, get the brown sugar underneath and on top and all around. So then as we go to put these together, kind of cup it up a little bit. Then we're going to dump just a little bit of pineapple juice. You can use whatever juice you want, apple juice, any kind of fruit juice like that. Usually gives the pork a good flavor. So we're going to do that. We're going to wrap these up just like that, just to hold in the moisture. This is just going to help them cook a little bit and get that brown sugar, buttery goodness down into them. And we'll just do this for a couple more hours. And we're on about an hour and a half on the smoker already. Get that good smoke flavor. Now with this butter and brown sugar, it'll kind of steam them a little bit. Get them super tender. Then about the last hour, sorry if that's too noisy. Then about the last hour, we'll take them out, put some barbecue sauce on them, let that get good and sticky and set on there. Then we'll see how it works. But as you can tell, I know my way around the kitchen, so I know this is going to be good. There's no doubt in my mind. But we're going to try it and find out. So now we'll go put these back on the smoker and we'll see you shortly. So let's take a look at them ribs. We decided to put a few baked beans on there with it. Oh, those look good. The ribs are starting to pull off the bone. So we will now get these ready and start putting some sauce on those. So we're getting close, folks. So as you can see, now we're starting to get the bone coming out the back side on both of them. That means they're getting nice and tender. They're pulling back from the bone. So we're going to go ahead and put quite a good bit of sauce on these. They're not finished yet. We still got another good hour probably of cooking, but we want to go ahead and get some good sauce on here. Get that good flavor baked in. We want that good sticky, tacky taste of barbecue sauce on there. So we're going to let these things just sit here and hang out in the smoke for another hour, hour and a half. And then we should be about ready for dinner. Thank you. Okay, I gotta put these ribs back. Actually, I'm going to take them. So here's our final product of our ribs. So we'll find out here in just a second how they taste. All right, now it's the time to taste it.
All right.
Give it a taste.
Okay.
What do you think?
It tastes very smoky and sweet. What do you think?
I think it's good. It's tender, it's smoky. I think I've had a better barbecue sauce than what we used on here. I think we could have had a better barbecue sauce, but it's very good. It's very tender, pulls right off the bone. Very good. So if you ever want to try it, smoke you some ribs, and be sure you pull that skin off the back. It makes it nice and tender. So we're going to enjoy our meal, and it's been a blessing to have you folks tune in. So hope and pray you have a great day. See you guys later.